Hello, everybody, and welcome back once more to Stray Gods. I am TheOutbackAl.
I'm Yin&Jung.
I'm Chibi Noob. I'm CheerandCosplay.
And I'm Kozi.
And what were we thinking? Are we thinking Aphrodite's party? That's been kind of built up a little bit.
You want Spider Horse, though.
I do want Spider Horse. But they did ask me to go to Aphrodite's party. So should I go back to them and be like, yeah, I decided not to do that just because I want dark web conspiracies?
I don't think that'll take up the rest of the day.
Alright, if you don't think it will. Gotta get there. Okay.
And I mean, if it does, worth it. You wasted an entire day of your investigation with conspiracies.
Lovely.
Ah, Grace, there you are. It's good you came. Athena is displeased with your visit to the reliquary.
Figured.
She already knows?
She has her ways of keeping an eye on almost everything. Did you at least learn anything interesting?
Yeah?
No.
Well, if Asterion is right, then Medusa was at the reliquary at the same time as Calliope. I take it you intend to seek out Medusa.
Very likely. You think I shouldn't? I don't know. Of course! Yeah.
I have to know why she was there. She could have been the one who attacked Calliope.
And she very well could attack you. Medusa is unpredictable at best and dangerous at worst. I doubt anything I say could dissuade you, so if you do go, please be extra careful.
I will. I promise.
You don't happen to have like some dark web conspiracy theories, do you? What did you say? Oh, wait. Oh, we're just getting
more
information.
about Calliope. You and her were good friends, right?
Oh, is
for
that what we're
centuries,
calling
we
it
were
nowadays?
far more.
I bet
I
they
was the god
shared
of
an
the
office.
arts, and the muses were my constant companions. We went everywhere together. They had many names, but the three most common were Clio, Talia, and Calliope. The Sisters of Beauty, I called them, though they weren't always women.
I never thought of that. Do idols change gender a lot?
Most of us seek out inheritors who are like us, I suppose, but not all. Calliope, in fact, was a man in her previous incarnation. Christoph, I think his name was. A poet Calliope adored. I was surprised when she made him a muse.
Who did Calliope become after that poet, Christoph?
You have to realize we're already into the period where Calliope and I weren't really speaking.
What if someone
She
could have been
showed up
amused, but
one
then
day
wasn't
in her new
amused?
form, the one you met. An opera singer whose name she never revealed. We fought, as I recall. I told her she couldn't pass on every time she met an artist she fell in love with. Eventually she'd forget everything about who we were and where we came from. She said she'd rather forget than wallow in old memories like I or the other idols were doing. It was time to wake up and make the best of our situation. Calliope was an idealist without compromise. Always. She hated what we'd become. What I'd become. She wasn't wrong.
What if she ended up finding some people like-minded who wanted to overthrow the Pantheon? Maybe some dude named Luke, possibly related to Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Look at my son. Pride is not the word I'm looking for.
From how you describe it, you and Calliope fought a lot.
As often as we saw each other, which became less and less as time wore on. However, she fought with everyone. Calliope hated the idols being kept secret. She and Athena would get into screaming matches over the rules, and it got so I could no longer protect her. She moved out of Olympus years ago and kept to herself. I just assumed she was wrapped up with some new artist when I got the news.
Do you regret not making up with her?
Every day I think about our last conversation and what I should have said, or done differently. The problem with immortality is that you think you have all the time in the world.
I probably said this before, but the whole beach bum kind of thing he's got going on, it's giving Poseidon.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It wasn't only fighting with Calliope, right? Surely there were good things
Don't
too.
remember. Did they explain why
Is that
she
how it
doesn't have
starts?
Calliope's memories?
Oh, she was
Nope.
marvelous.
I don't.
Not yet.
I
A
don't
force to be
remember.
reckoned with if
Maybe it was too
there ever
early.
was
She
one.
was the inheritor, so
In the
she
darkest
is
days
Calliope
during the
now.
war,
Yeah, so
it was
she
her
should
songs
remember,
that
but
gave us hope.
I think this is the
She
first
kept
time it's been
Aphrodite
brought
alive
up.
through sheer determination, I think.
If it
Yeah.
has something to do with
Calliope
she was
cared
murdered and not she.
about
Yeah.
us.
Well, there's that, but it
arts,
also might
about
be like maybe it
people
comes
she
back
only just
over
met.
time and she doesn't have a lot of
It was
that.
her greatest strength as well as her greatest weakness.
I wonder why
I
she
mean-
picked me. I don't feel like I'm any of those things.
The memory does
You
not come
underestimate
back,
yourself, Grace.
otherwise the investigation would be
I see a
pointless.
lot
True.
of her in you.
Oh yeah.
She chose well.
Let's
I'd
learn
like
about
to know
idols.
a little more about the idols. I am one now, right?
You are. What would you like to know?
Well, what are we? Where did we come from? If an idol is a soul that moves from person to person, it must have started somewhere, right?
Kinkos.
The short answer is, we don't know. If I think far enough back, I can remember
you know, Apollo,
bits and
like,
pieces.
talking about, like, oh, I wish I would have made
I
up with
remember
her.
my
Like,
first Pythian
you-
games.
you
the
are her.
day
Grace
the
is
idols
her.
split in two over Troy. The day my first son died. But before that, nothing. None of us do. I vaguely recall the very first Apollo many thousands of years ago, but was he the original? Did he appear out of the ether? I couldn't tell you.
It's giving Avatar. Just kind of
Isn't
interesting.
it strange to not know where you come from? For all you know, the idols could be aliens.
I mean, yeah.
Interesting. The notion that there might be some other place far away where we're the norm is comforting. Sadly, our memories are filled with blanks. There was a war with beings we called the Titans. A terrible conflict where half our number died, yet do I remember a single battle. The last was after Rome fell. Zeus called us together to relay the news, told us to prepare for battle. And then, in the blink of an eye, I was in the 16th century. What made us forget 1,000 years? What happened during that time? We don't know. Athena calls that period the gap.
Oh, like a gap year you take between high school and college.
I don't know. I'd call that the Catholic Church took over.
The Dark Ages.
Yes.
The gap you mentioned. What was that like? Did you just wake up one day, or...
I just said.
I know I was alive. I passed on my eidolon who knows how many times, yet the moment I woke up, as you call it, all memory of
think
that
you
period
called it
was
that.
gone. It was Athena who found us. I was in France, I think. She came to my farm, and the moment I laid eyes on her, I just knew. It all came back.
Maybe someone with the River
Did someone do
Liffey?
that to us? Did we scatter to the winds for 1,000 years on purpose? It's a mystery.
What about Athena?
Could have all drank
she's
from
the
the
one who
Elysian
found you,
River.
right? She must have been aware.
Athena claims she awoke on her own and spent the next century locating the other idols.
It's giving sequel
We've
Watchmen
pieced
Dr.
together very
Manhattan.
little of the gap or of our origins. We simply live with it. Gods we may be, but I'm afraid we don't have all the answers.
Earlier you mentioned your son dying. Did I hear that right? Can idols have children?
It was rare, but yes. Back in ancient times, some of them even became idols themselves.
Some of the idols are actually family then.
Not anymore. Most of our children met terrible ends. A gift of the fates, perhaps. I don't know. The ones who weren't idols. It's hard. Watching your children grow old and die. Never understanding why they can't have the same immortality you do. Why you can't grant it to them. My first son is why I'm not permitted in Hades any longer. Let's simply say that most idols have stopped having children, and maybe leave it at that.
Is there a rule stating when you pass on the soul that you die?
I mean, it's kind of, arguably, I'd say it's a form of reincarnation, so this version of you is dead, but a new version of it succeeds it, in a way?
I'm talking like your physical body. Like, does your physical body die? Because
Calliope's definitely did.
Yeah, she went up
Hard
in
to-
gold dust.
Hard to say what happens to everybody else.
She passed it on, though, because she was dying.
So, arguably, yes, but perhaps there's some other element. I mean, they can't just all be walking
I'd
around.
like to know a little more about you. All I know is you live in a dump, you have an oracle, and you...
I'm not sure what to
I'm
tell
sexy.
you.
Saying, what's
One
to stop
day has
them from
bled into
just
the next for so long, I
passing
feel
the
like I've been
Eidolon on if
lost
they
in
didn't want to
spaces in
watch their
between.
kids grow old?
Wow, that's a
They
bit
probably still
dramatic.
remember it was their kids. I
Yeah,
don't know.
well, it comes naturally.
Maybe not everybody
Music and
can
the
pass
arts
it
were
on.
once
You need to
under
find
my
a really
purview
good
ago.
person to do it with.
How did that get decided? Did you have a big hat full of pieces of paper and you all picked at random?
No, we chose them for ourselves. Some, at least. Others were given to us by our priests. We collected godly responsibilities like marbles.
People collect marbles?
Oh, or whatever it is mortals collect these days. Cars, perhaps? The point
Clothes.
is, we took our godly duties very seriously.
Stanley water bottles.
You must have been very different back when you were a proper god.
But am I a proper god now?
I think most of us were. We saw ourselves as, I don't know, teachers. Mortals were our students, and we guided them to enlightenment. We thought we were special, infallible. I was as magnificent as the sun, and I surrounded myself with those who basked in my radiance.
That doesn't sound like you.
Yeah, I was arrogant. If there was a man or woman I desired, then I had to have them, or there would be consequences. You wouldn't have liked me. I wouldn't have liked me.
Yeah, we don't like that.
How many incarnations ago was that, though? It's kind of the question.
So what is Persephone's beef with you exactly? Is it just about what Hades did to her?
That's no small thing.
It seems more personal than that.
I mentioned how Persephone's kidnapping almost meant war between Olympus and Hades, yes? Well, while this was all going on, Persephone managed to escape the underworld, and I'm the one she encountered first.
Uh-oh.
Hades was hot on her heels, and I had a choice. Either do battle with Hades and start the war right then and there, or let him take her back. Zeus would have had my head if I had sparked a war. Yet all I still think of are Persephone's eyes as Hades smugly took back his prisoner. It's not my finest moment.
Hey, there's a good
Apollo,
question.
have you ever tried, I don't know, talking to someone about how you feel?
What are we doing right now?
I will never understand this modern fascination with therapy and focusing on one's feelings.
It might help. You never know.
Yes, I've tried it. There was one I used to speak to. Hecate enchanted him never to reveal what I told him.
How would you like to be a therapist for the
myself to
gods?
the man
Yeah, right?
Crazy.
That'd be some
He wasn't
job.
exactly trained for this sort of problem.
It is kind of hard to relate to a god, sure.
I do appreciate the thought. But I'm afraid muddling through is as good as it gets for us.
So, Yin, you've been enchanted to never reveal what you've been told?
Pretty much.
Well, they wouldn't be able to tell you if they were.
That's all I can think of for now. I'll see you around.
Of course. I look forward to it.
All right. Time to go hit up that party. Do. All right. We were just there with you. Did we come
Fancy
with you?
party?
No.
Check. Bunch of strangers? Check. Grace totally not dressed for the occasion? Check.
Par for the course.
Now, if only I knew what I was supposed to be doing here.
You're the entertainment.
Grace, you made it. I'm so glad. I was beginning to wonder.
You didn't say this was a fancy party. I feel a little underdressed.
Grace, look at me. I didn't even button up my shirt.
Yeah, but why would you want to cover that?
Why is everyone so quiet? You'd think someone died.
Grace, come on.
I should have told you about this earlier. I've been putting it off.
You're cute when you worry. That doesn't sound good. Yeah, it can't be that bad. I mean, this is
That
Calliope's
doesn't
future.
sound good.
No, we're flirting with everybody.
All right.
You're cute when you're all angsty. You get this little crinkle in your forehead.
You might not think I'm so cute after I explain.
Is Grace the definition of no thoughts, head empty?
You don't have
A
any
little
of
bit.
Calliope's memories, right? No deja vu recollections that aren't your own?
No. Should I have?
Not right away. For a while, you won't remember anything. We call it the veil. In time, the veil will start to lift, slowly at first, but eventually you'll remember almost everything Calliope did.
What happens to... Yeah, there's a good
A lot of
question.
memories. She was what, 1,000 years old?
More than that. Much more.
Then what happens to me in my piddly 20-something years? It can't be good.
Eventually, it's like a flood. It becomes difficult to separate what's you and what's them, and all who came before them.
I'm not sure what to think. That sounds awful. Will I become Calliope?
You're saying I won't be me. I won't be Grace. Will I start calling myself Calliope?
Maybe. Eventually, most of us do, but most of us were chosen and prepared.
And I didn't choose this.
I understand. Take some time to let it sink in. If you like, we can talk about it later.
So therapy?
What does this have to do with the party?
Aphrodite hasn't been the same since we came to the New World. She has horrific memories of what she endured during the war. Passing on her eidolon is a way to forget, for a while. That's what this party is for.
When you say she's gonna pass
Yeah,
on her eidolon,
we gotta
you mean-
learn about what this is.
She's going to die, yes, and pass her soul on to a chosen successor.
in front of everyone?
We're here to help, Grace, to make it easier for Aphrodite to do what she feels she must. We're here to say goodbye, at least for a while.
Oh, I feel like everyone's done this
This
before.
isn't the first time Aphrodite's done this. She's held this kind of gathering before, right?
This is her fourth, I think, perhaps fifth.
So every time the veil, whatever you call it, when it starts to lift,
Aphrodite's memories return, and eventually it is too much. We gather to pay our respects and to honor the past, while she still remembers it.
You throw a party. Hey, bro, sorry you're killing yourself. Look forward to meeting the new you.
Pretty much.
Wait. Calliope refused to come to these parties. That's what you said.
She refused on principle. Everything Calliope did was on principle. She believed Aphrodite was indulging her sadness, wallowing in it. She thought Aphrodite should try harder.
Hey, you're depressed. Have you tried
Was
not
a-
doing that?
Point of contention between them. Aphrodite will be grateful you're here. Trust me.
Do you support what Aphrodite is doing here?
It's not my choice to make, Grace.
Yeah, but you must have an opinion.
I mean, you've done it.
Eventually, you will remember what we experienced during the war. And eventually, you will remember that what Aphrodite experienced was far worse. If this is the mercy she requires, I will not tell her she should not take it.
Do we not like the idea of this, or do we get it?
I get it.
Okay, we got one vote. Anyone else?
I get it, but that is not the way to deal with it.
I get it, but I don't like it.
Yeah.
Well, that's both answers.
Yeah.
I'm going with I get
Okay,
it.
don't like
so
it.
what did Aphrodite want Calliope to do? What does she want me to do?
Well, knowing Aphrodite, she'll want you to make a production of it all.
Well, we're good at
She's
that.
not here just yet. Until she arrives, I suggest mingling.
We're not minglers.
Yeah, mingling. Talk to Eros. Or we can talk more if you like. Just try to relax, Grace.
Sure, yeah.
Dude, I'm halfway to the chopping block. How are we
That's what this
relaxing right
party's
now?
for, right?
Talk to Eros, talk to Apollo. We just talked to Apollo. Let's talk to Eros real quick.
Yeah. Do you think this is giving him mommy issues?
That's a
Little
great
bit.
question we'll probably bring up.
Grace,
Hey, Eros. Nice to...
Hello.
Okay. He's a hugger.
Oh, okay.
Aphrodite will be so happy you're here. It means so much you have no idea.
Where is Aphrodite? So I'm told. Are you okay? Yeah, are you
Are you
Okay. You seem a bit...
Sad boy.
Yeah.
Every time she does this, I don't know how to handle it. I almost want to run upstairs and demand she stop. Remind her that this never works. Sorry, I shouldn't unload on you. It's been a bad week.
I feel for you. This happens a lot. This whole thing is weird. It's okay. This happens a lot.
From the sounds of it, this happens a lot.
Every 20 years or so.
Oh.
That's how long she can hold out until she just can't stand it anymore. Every time, Aphrodite forgets. At least for a while. But I don't. I remember everything. I'm there for the nightmares, the panic attacks, the days she doesn't even remember the war's over. And now I'm arranging her gathering again, so she can die again. And I'll watch it all again.
Damn.
What
Is
happened?
it okay if I ask
This
what
is
happened?
freaking heavy. I mean, I
don't
knew it
mean to
would, but it's
pry.
like, wow.
Yeah.
I knew. I really don't know.
I know, but it happened to Aphrodite, not me. It's not my story to tell.
A lot of that going around. What if I could help? Can't ask her. You're right. What if I
If I
could
know
help?
what she was dealing with, I might be able to help.
Could you? I suppose it wouldn't hurt. What happened is that Brother Ares happened. He missed out on the first world-spanning war, you see, so he was damned if he'd miss out on the next one. He found some jackbooted mortals, so full of themselves and their supremacy, and he told them about the idols.
Okay, so magic-seeking Nazis this
Then
time
they
again.
came for us. Took us completely by surprise. Some they killed, but Aphrodite, her they captured.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh,
I freaking hope she
Aphrodite
escaped.
was captured, but she's here now. So she must have escaped.
She went Ark of the Covenant on their ass, please.
do you know the name Hephaestus?
Oh, wasn't he a smith of some kind? Giant hammer, lived in a mountain?
Some of that is mortal fancy, but yes. He was Aphrodite's husband,
Hammer
and
euphemism.
he adored her beyond reason.
I mean, good for
When
him.
he found out the mortals were torturing her, he went mad. He was determined to save her.
Wait, they tortured her?
Nothing extreme, I'm told. They were too frightened, but they were also determined to wring every last secret out of her. So, who knows how long that fear would have lasted. Thus, Hephaestus made a deal.
With the, jackbooted guys.
No, with their enemies. That's what saved her.
Then
Did
this
he make the
deal is how
bomb?
Aphrodite survived.
It's how we all survived.
Yep.
It's
Hephaestus
what
made
brought
the
us to the
nuke.
new world. Hephaestus
Oh,
saved us
his
all.
idol was Oppenheimer.
We never saw him again. That was the deal. He would leave, make their precious weapons, and never look back. Aphrodite never even got to say goodbye. It's funny, because Aphrodite didn't even like Hephaestus when they were married. She seemed to resent every minute they were together. But now he's all she can think about.
Is there no other way? Does Aphrodite really need to...
To die? I've asked that so many times. She's tried magic, drugs, psychotherapy, meditation, everything we could possibly think of. For a while, she'll deny anything's wrong. It all seems fine, and I start to hope. Maybe this time will be different. Then the nightmares begin, and the memories return. More with each passing day until... I hate it, but I see her agony. I can't deny her this.
You know what? This is a good question. Though, I mean, is it if you're gonna live again anyway?
Maybe I just don't understand, but... Isn't this... like suicide?
Some of the idols have committed suicide. They let themselves die without passing on their eidolon.
Okay.
What happens?
What you'd expect. They're gone. Forever. Mother says she can't do that. She won't. Not until she sees Hephaestus again, I suspect. Not that what's happening here is anything casual. She still has to die. For a while.
She needs my help, or you don't see... I mean, you don't seem to approve, but should we try to help? Tough call. Am I leaving it up to chaos, or do we have opinions?
It's a tough call.
Just saying, your decisions here will either save or end her life, so...
Well... Flipping a coin. She needs our help.
What is my part in all of this? I'll help if I can.
Aphrodite loves drama. She always has. She wants us here to... well, to remember. To celebrate our history. She'll ask you to use your power as part of the celebration. Could you use it to inspire her?
I can't force anyone to do anything they don't want to, Eros.
That's not what I'm asking. I believe that, deep down, she doesn't want to do this any longer. She must see it isn't working. She just needs the strength to try. Or I hope that's all she needs.
I'll do my best. It's not up to me. What if you're wrong? I mean...
I will do my best.
Yep.
I'll try, if you think it'll do some good.
I don't know if it will. I just find it hard to believe it could get any worse.
Famous last words.
Tell me about it.
All
Do
she's
whatever you
doing
think
is
is right,
adding a
Grace.
new trauma every 20 years.
Thank you.
Yeah. Might as well talk to Apollo again. See if there's anything new with him. Since the last 10 minutes since we saw him.
I know all these people, Grace. For as long as I can remember, I've known them.
And they all suck.
Yet sometimes I feel like I don't know any of them at all. Or they me.
Okay, he hit the blunt, didn't he? Eros wants this to stop. You don't seem comfortable.
I spoke to Eros. He's pretty broken up over all this.
Oh, poor Eros. Each new successor, his hopes rise up once more. And then he watches the new Aphrodite crumble. Piece by piece. only to start all over again.
Damn.
It's so different from the olden days. Once he was the eternal disaster, and Aphrodite kept constant vigil over him.
Maybe he feels like he owes her.
I think he's followed her into a dark void, and somewhere, deep down, believes he deserves no better.
Damn, these people really need therapy.
You don't enjoy these family gatherings, do you?
Are they family gatherings? Like the sort mortals have?
You call each other sister and brother and mother.
Well, yes, but...
And you've been together like 100 times longer than I lived with my family. All you're missing is a drunk uncle everyone has to apologize for.
That's Dionysus.
that's
He
Apollo.
lives in
That's
Florida.
Pan.
Pan. But yes, I feel very much out of place.
How adorably
Sorry,
awkward
Apollo
you
is
are.
the drunk uncle.
He's not drunk. Should we just keep the flirt on?
Is now the time, though?
I don't think we need it. I don't think we need it.
Probably not.
We might be a little too horny at that point.
Our unquenchable thirst. You are not
Your thoughts had
Poseidon.
emptied.
Alright.
You
Doing
look
it.
like you're in physical pain just being
Oh
here.
my god.
Oh, enjoying my discomfort, are you?
Yes.
Of course, it humanizes you. Makes up for all the abs on display.
I'm so glad you approve.
I should get back out there.
Alright. Talk to Apollo again. No, we have to wait for Aphrodite. And see where this goes. Okay.
Don't choke this time.
Dude, I don't know what's gonna happen. Been talking all
My
blue this whole
family.
time, but I don't know.
Having you all here, gathered once again to see me off, it moves me. More than I can say. My loves, my darlings, my dearest friends. And you.
Oh, we're not
Oh,
included?
my dear sweet thing. I dare not hope that you, with all your troubles, might sing me to my sleep. Yet here you are. Yet here she is. Huh.
Can we talk in private? Nice to meet you again. You could have invited. Maybe we talk. Should we talk? I don't know. What should we do?
I mean, if she wants you to use your powers, I feel like that is when you could turn and be like, hey, don't kill yourself.
So just nice to meet you again?
Yeah.
It's lovely to meet you, Aphrodite. Properly, this time.
Ah, yes. Poor Calliope. Such a loss to us all. I shall miss her dearly. To have come so
For now.
far, only... No, it doesn't bear thinking about. It's too much.
Is this Grace, my lady? The new muse?
Oh, what manners I have. Grace, Grace, meet the lovely mortal woman who shall tonight become the new me.
Hi, my name's Venus, and yes, it really is Venus. Nice to meet you, Grace.
You're okay with this? Nice to meet you. You were chosen? I mean, I feel like we got all the information already. We might as well just be, like, nice about it. Unless other opinions are out there.
Yeah, be nice. Why not?
Yeah,
She's about to go
hi,
through
nice
some
to meet you.
shit.
We'll both be new at this, huh? Maybe we could get together and compare notes if you,
Live out the
Survived
week.
my trial.
Yeah. Lady Aphrodite told me. I shouldn't have brought that up. I'm sorry.
There will be so much time for you lovelies to speak later. Now, we must prepare for my departure.
I'm sorry this happened to you. Tell me what my role is. I really need your help first. Hey, before all your memories go, do you remember anything about this murder I'm involved in?
Are you sure we can't talk first? I really need your help, Aphrodite.
I know you do, my dear. I wish I could be there for you, but I'm afraid my time is up. But since you've shown such kindness in coming, I will ask Eros to make himself available to you afterwards. There's nothing I know that he does not. He is my son, my truest friend, my longest love.
Won't he be a little distracted?
Eros has been through this before, Grace. He knows what must be done.
I want to talk you out of this, or tell me what my role is. I mean, I feel like we're going to lean into this and then see if we can talk her out of it through song, maybe?
Oh, that sounds like a plan.
All right, it's a plan.
I have to admit, it's not clear what my part in all this is supposed to be.
How could it be? You've barely just arrived, darling girl. How did you even find out about it?
Apollo?
That would be my doing.
Apollo!
I thought she was going to... Bitch, I didn't invite you.
You look remarkably well, cousin.
I've had a great deal of time to prepare. I assure you that would not be the case. As for you, Grace, have you gathered the true purpose of tonight's gathering?
To remember. Any excuse to party. To forget. I don't know. To remember.
If I had to guess, it's to remember. One last time before all your memories go away.
Each time the veil lifts, it leaves behind a little less. For me, old Olympus is long forgotten. The glory of Rome, a distant dream. I hope that one day the veil will lift, and what happened during the war will also slip into oblivion.
Okay, so she has a
hasn't.
plan with this.
Thus, for now we honor the memory of what was, lest tomorrow it be gone forever. Go, enjoy the gathering, Grace. Tell me when you're ready to begin.
Okay. Really sad. Alright, well, I'd like to talk to some more people, but I think we're about out of time right now, so we'll have to come back next time to do this ritual, to maybe talk to Venus a little bit. Who knows? Maybe talk to the beach bum some more. But yeah, come back next time and find out what we end up doing. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell icon for notifications. If you enjoyed this video, give us a like, and feel free to check out some of our other gaming videos, our weekly podcast, Anime Yay or Nay, or our parody series, Madoka Magically Abridged. See you next time!